All right, so your next section is the bill on the floor. So now it's made it to the floor of either the House or the Senate. And what happens once it gets to the floor? Minor bills, so small bills, get a brief second reading. They had that first reading at the very beginning of the process, but they get a brief second reading and then they're either passed or defeated. But if it's a major bill, they're addressed on the House floor by the Committee of the Whole, which consists of at least 100 members. The regular House session is suspended as the committee reads the bill section by section, debating and possibly amending each section. So remember, amending means changing. So they're debating and making changes, and they're reading each bill section by section. The House will then returns to normal session. So the House returns to normal session to adopt the completed bill. All right, so your next heading is debate. House members must have unanimous consent to speak for more than 1 hour. So everybody in that chamber, whether it be the House or the Senate, everyone must give consent for a person to speak for more than 1 hour. So unanimous consent must be given to speak for more than 1 hour. The Speaker of the House can force a member to give up the floor. So what does voting in the House of Representatives look like? So voting in the House. So one thing is voice votes, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's which the speaker counts the yeses and the no votes, and each member just calls out yes or no from wherever they're seated at. Another type of vote in the House is a standing vote, where those in favor and against are counted by the clerk. So if they're in favor, they stand up and they're counted by the clerk. If they're against the bill, they stand up and they're counted by the clerk. That's called a standing vote. A roll call vote is pretty common. It goes member by member, can be demanded by 1/5 of the members present. So it means that they'll call a member's name and that member must say yay or nay. And they do that for every member in the House. But the only way for a roll call vote to happen is that it has to be demanded by 1/5 of the members that are present. So if 1/5 of those members don't agree to a roll call vote, then the roll call vote doesn't happen. The reason that a lot of the roll call votes don't happen is because it's really time consuming for all 300 and something members of the House to have to stand up and say yay or nay. It takes a lot of time away from when they could be doing something else. So a lot of times that gets voted down. There's also the very rare teller vote, where a teller counts the votes for each party. So same heading, voting in the House continued. So the House now uses a computerized voting system that shows instantly how each member has voted. And if you've ever watched a vote in real time, it'll pop up on the TV screen and show how many people are voting and who's voting at when. So members have 15 minutes to cast their votes. The Senate does not use electronic or teller votes. That is only in the House. So once the bill has been approved, it is printed and giving a third and final reading before being sent to the other House, which in this case, we're talking about voting in the House, so it's going to be sent to the Senate. Once it's approved in the House, it's then sent to the Senate for the Senate's recommendations. All right, and that is the end of Chapter 12, Section 3 notes. If you have any questions, as always, please message me on Canvas. If you typed these notes, you need to submit them to the module. If you wrote them on paper, then you need to please turn them into the basket as soon as possible.